Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament action coming at you right now, starting here on Icy Cup Test Bug. But that is not the best bet here, guys. We do have a phenomenal player and my co-caster for this match here on the line with me. His name is Effort. How you doing, Effort?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Just came out of the tournament. Had a rough game against Niter. He's playing quite well today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had some brilliant moves at the beginning of that match. I just have to mention here really quick, but that it was so brilliant what you were able to do. You got those Zerglings in his base so quickly, taking out that the photon cannon, doing a lot of harassment with those so early, and it really gave you a good economic position because you stalled his economy for so long. And but it came out to he just had such a strong push there off 2 base, didn't he?
Oh yeah. He knew he was maybe a little bit gimped from that early pressure, but he definitely came back and with some excellent force fields and pushed into my natural, and it was, well, man, that's a good game when a Protoss gets in your natural with force fields. It's deserved.
Yep, I agree. It was a wonderful game, though. Now, we're glad to be here in the semifinals. It is CCalms versus Karma. Now, CCalms doesn't hail from Clan Nightmare anymore. That it's just waiting for a name change, apparently. So, kind of interesting there. But SCD is not apparently not a clan here for Karma. I don't know what it is, though. I guess we probably should ask him. But a PvP here on Test Bug is going to be tons and tons of fun.
Oh, a little lag there, no problem.
And we do have, so let's see, CCalms is our pink Protoss. He is up here at the 11 o'clock position. And Karma is our green Protoss over here at the 3 o'clock. I love this 3-player map, by the way. I mean, you've got 4 Xel'Naga towers, one of them already open in the center of the map, and then these huge rocks around the 3 that, go around that in a little bit of a circle there, if you will, that really are game-changing potentially. They change the whole outlook of the map in the center when you remove those rocks.
Right. It's very interesting. Taking some time to kill off these these rocks around the Xel'Naga towers can be very beneficial, but you can miss timing windows if you're busy attacking those rocks. They take a while to kill, so it's interesting. PvP on Test Bug, we noticed there's a ramp, so 4-gate isn't as likely as a map like Tal'Darim or a rampless map, so we could see some crazy robo play. Looks like both players are taking their gas at the moment.
Yeah, it does. Second gas, so it is going to be a little bit more of a tech-heavy build from both of these guys. Now, because of the nature of these two players, I don't expect either of them to be taking a fast expand, or even taking their expand, on time. They may hold it back until they are sure that they'll be able to hold it. They're those type of players that just like to make safe moves, especially in a tournament setting here. And a best of 3, I mean, it's very easy to get yourself behind. All you have to do is lose the first game, right?
Of course. We have a gas steal from NMX Calms on Karma's base, so he's wanting to perhaps force a 4-gate. Calms has taken his gas itself, but he hasn't quite started mining out it. The one thing I did notice is that Karma chased Calm's scout out of his base before the stalker appeared, so he kind of denied some critical scouting information. So
yeah, well, that's smart. Always smart play, and he does have a lot of chrono going down on his cyber core right now, but only 3 gateways right now. So kind of interesting. Looks like he may just go for 3 gates and try and defend there for just a little bit, but he needs to get some scouting in. He just barely left his opponent's base and needs to go back in here, hopefully, and check and see what CCalms is going to be doing. And it appears that it's going to be a 2-gate expand. I don't know.
Right. Or perhaps he's doing the 3-stalker push, which is build popularized by, not Hongen, but, I Am Yanghua. So he kind of popularized that build. It's good against 4 gates, put on some early pressure. I don't know if we'll see an expansion. Oh, it looks like a robotics facility has popped up.
Right on. Yep, so it is going to be a 2-gate robo so far for CCalms. He may add a 3rd gate. No, he's not. Look at this. He's going for his Twilight Council and a 3rd gate. So definitely going to be staying on 1 base play here for just a little while. Notice how active CCalms is being with his stalkers here around the map. He's looking for forward pylons as frantically as possible. He has checked every nook and cranny of his side of the map right now. I really like this play from him so far. And Karma is kind of gearing up for a fairly substantial push at this point. Looks like he is pushing out.
Right, I like the scouting by Calms, but it looks like he just does not have enough units right now. Now, he's going to hold the ramp with the sentry, so he'll be okay. It'll be interesting to see if Karma decides to take an expansion off this aggression, but it really looks like he is just going to go into some pretty standard robo play.
Yeah.
With the Twilight Council robo, I expect Blink to be researched soon, and Observer, where they get into that phase of PvP where they kind of scout around the edges of the base, try to pick off buildings if they can, and threaten to blink into their opponent's main.
Right.
And we have some actions going on.
Yeah, this is great. Karma did get quite a few units up his opponent's ramp here, but that's the last force field right now. So if Karma can do just enough damage here with these units, he may be able to get something done. He does have a slight advantage here. 4 Stalkers versus 3 and a Sentry is pretty decent, but look at that. One snipe going down there for CCalms, absolutely going to make the difference, and now I think Karma should back out here at this point with these Stalkers.
Excellent micro by Calms.
Yeah.
Splitting those Stalkers. He basically got 3 or 4 Stalkers for free. A little sloppy by Karma trying to push up the ramp against a force field and losing a Stalker, but he has a Observer out, so he can actually take pot shots at the Sentry if it tries to force field again. So we'll see how this goes. Both players microing back and forth beautifully.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good micro. And Karma is going to be backing out here, which I think is the right move at this point. He is going to be working on some Immortals right now and going to probably play defensively here, I would think. He does have his own Twilight Council just now going down as well, and that's pretty nice. And we didn't get any upgrades from the Twilight Council quite yet, but I think that CCalms was going for, if he needed to go for some DT, potentially, if his opponent continued to push that attack. That would have and if as long as he can hold that ramp, that would give him time to build that tech, but he is not going for it quite yet, so we haven't seen any tech from the Twilight Council yet, which is really interesting.
Yeah, he may be either laying that down in case of an Observer. If he snipes off the Observer, some Protoss players are bad about rebuilding their Observers, so sometimes that's a good way to punish that and lay down a DT shrine. But
Yeah.
looks like he's just going for pretty standard Blink play, and looks like it's going to be Robo Immortal versus Blink Stalkers. So
Yeah, actually,
we'll see if
Blink,
he can hold this expansion.
Yeah, actually, Blink going down for both players.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be Blink Wars. Woohoo! And it looks like Karma is gearing up for another attack here. He does have some Immortals in the mix here. That's really going to help him against these Stalkers, but I just think that CCalms has got the army that he needs to hold this off at this point.
Right, I think so. There are no Archons or Colossi out, so those force fields will be pretty effective.
Yeah. And
I
we can
really
already
don't like
see-
this move by Karma, honestly. Moving in while researching Blink, I think he should have waited till Blink finished and then used that cost-effectiveness of Blink combined with the Immortals. But
Right.
getting a little too excited there, I think.
Yeah, and this is actually fairly surprising for me too, because he's being a little bit more aggressive than I'm used to from Karma, and it looks like he just lost one of these Immortals here to CCalms, now pushing him back here. Great force fielding from CCalms, and I think Karma is absolutely taking a beating right now, and this is going to cost him.
Oh my gosh, yes, Karma is just losing so much. Now, we'll be able to blink and finish off some things, but finish off some other Stalkers, but huge probe transfer going down. We have only 36 probes to 33, but he's got that second base, and so his main will mine out a bit slower.
Yep. Now these Blink Wars going really, really well for CCalms. He does have the unit advantage there. Did get a couple Stalkers sniped in that little Blink engagement there, and Karma now backing out, and I think very, very wisely so. He is trying to transition to his 2-base play, but I mean, what's your go-to strategy from here, Effort? I mean, if you're a Protoss player and you just really lost 2 engagements in a row, I mean, what do you do? I mean, is it DTs? Is it, I don't know, just try and macro up, turtle up here?
Yeah, I think that might be his best bet. He's actually taking a huge risk by trying to take this expansion, because if Calms just put on the pressure right now, there's no way. Calm's army is much bigger. So I like this, that he's acknowledges that he's behind and he has to take a risk to get ahead. He's definitely probing up very hard too, so he can kind of catch up economically. He might go into, it looks like he's just going to go into kind of mass Blink Stalker play
Yeah, which is
And
not a bad idea. Blink Stalkers can be pretty effective, especially on this map where it's fairly open. I mean, it's a little cramped at the natural, but not too bad. So, I mean, the nice thing is like you say, he is probing up pretty well, and now he's going to be secured on his second base, and that's going to serve him well going into this mid to late game now. But he's going back in for another attack here.
looks like he's going to try to blink up into the main, do some damage back off, which is great. Harass is one way to kind of get back in the game if you're behind. Terrans do it all the time with drops.
Right.
I like this decision to just sit on Blink Stalkers for a lot longer because honestly, is behind. Oh my gosh, he's sniping off the Twilight Council. I don't think this is worth it though. He's going to lose too many Stalkers.
Yeah, he is going to lose a lot of Stalkers here, but he is going to prevent that charge for just a while. And that I think will definitely help him in his defense for just a little while, because I mean, look how many zealots there are in that army. If he were able to charge into those Blink Stalkers, oh man, it would be GG.
Oh,
so
man.
He took a beating there, but I think that was pretty good snipe.
Right. It looks like Calms is just going to play very defensively. I think he knows he has a little bit of a macro advantage, but
yeah,
Karma is catching up in the worker count. And like I say, I like this move to stick on gateway units because any transition into Colossi or some higher tech would make him really vulnerable to a push.
right.
Oh, and it looks like when you get more ahead is the motto that Calms is going for. He's taking his third expansion.
Yeah, I like this quite a bit. He tends to do this. He knows when he's ahead, knows when he has a lead, and he loves to translate that lead into a late game lead. and by taking these expansions, it really is going to enable him to do whatever he wants through the rest of this mid game, which is just about over at this point, and then moving into the late game. But I mean, he's got a great attack pattern here. Notice he did rebuild his Twilight Council, is working again on charge. I mean, he's really serious about getting that charge out here, and I think it's a great play.
One huge advantage he does have, he is already working on +2 weapons, which upgrades in a mirror matchup. Let me tell you, that's important. But Karma may be able to catch up. He's going off double forge. He's not chronoing them that much, but it looks like he wants to make sure he has enough units to stay alive. But I like Calm's play here. Oh, going for the Templar Archives. It looks like he's going to transition into maybe do a +2 attack timing, or a +2 weapons timing attack with Charge Lot Archon.
Yeah, oh, this is such a strong push here from CCalms. I envision this going extremely well for CCalms. It's going to be tough to hold this off, especially with as many zealots as he's got massed up at this point. I just don't think Karma's going to be able to mass up quite enough defenses to hold off this many zealots. And you can see CCalms going to be gearing up for his push. He's going to go ahead and destroy these rocks. Looks like Karma is cruising out here and going to gather just a little bit of intel. Is he going to see this army? I don't think he saw it with that probe.
He will see the third base.
He does see it here with his center Zelnaga Tower.
Honestly, I think the game's over as soon. I think Calms is going to wait for this +2 weapons to finish, and I think he's going to push out as soon as it finishes. And I don't know, even if Karma holds it, he's going to be one base behind. And when you're ahead in economy, it's basically like playing as a Zerg. You just keep trading units until your opponent has nothing left.
Right. Yep, exactly. I mean, CCalms could just bleed him dry at this point. Notice there is a probe transfer here. Looks like he's going to use these probes to go secure an expansion and maybe do some long-distance mining, but it's about to be go time here. And look at this, CCalms backing out here kind of strangely. Looks like he's waiting for, a couple units, but blinking forward there I don't think was the right move, and +2 is complete.
+2 just finished, and he has a Warp Prism actually serving as a proxy pylon. I think this is it. I expect Karma to GG out anytime now.
Yep,
These
so
Archons
many
and
Archons.
Mortals, just, he has no answer to them. The Stalkers. Yep.
Beautiful game. Now it is best of 3. CCalms being the dominator here in Game 1, and it is going to go to Game 2 for sure, but match point now for CCalms, and that's putting the pressure now on Karma. We'll see how this is going to play out here in just a moment, so don't alt-tab, always alt-Starcraft, and thanks so much to Effort for coming out and hanging out with us tonight.
Oh, no problem. I love it. Tell you what, this casting is fun stuff, man. I understand why you do it.
Thank you so much. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament action coming at you right now on Tal'Darim Altar. CCalms versus Karma. And, man, I've got Effort on the line with me, and we are having a phenomenal time checking this PvP action out. in our semifinals tonight. So, Effort, how you doing, brother?
Oh, doing great. I enjoyed that last game. Very, very intense PvP. Got up to 2 base versus 3 base. It's so much enjoyable to watch, and I'm sure to cast after the brilliant patching by Blizzard to turn PvP into a little more dynamic matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is so interesting to see, and I love that these guys really mirrored each other very well. I mean, they kind of chose similar tech patterns, but it just came down to SCDKarma becoming the aggressor and CCalms able to hold it off in such style that it put him that much further ahead. Now going into game 2 here, I'm interested to see if Karma's going to go for any type of shenanigans. We do see a very, very early scout here. And, well, see, he's going in the incorrect direction right now, but...
Yeah, it'll take him a while to scout that base down there. That'll probably be the last base he scouts. The map, Tal'Darim Altar, I know I talked about those 3 base versus 3 base type PvPs, but it's Tal'Darim Altar. You don't have a choke, and so that Sentry force fielding the ramp does not work on this map. So we'll probably see a 4-gate versus 4-gate. Usually with the more defensive player coming out ahead,
Right.
which Karma last game, it looks like his aggression, he hurt himself more with his aggression than his opponent ever did to him. So we'll see if he can kind of play a little more calmly this game.
Yeah, I agree.
Ha.
Now, he does see his opponent scouting him here. CCalms does have... Yeah, that's funny, huh? But he does have... this probe cruising around here, so CCalms does see everything that's going on right now, and Karma did stall his probe up there at that last base for just a second, so even less effective there on the scouting here. So he got unlucky and got behind in his scouting too, so that's kind of interesting. We'll see if that's going to play a factor, but it appears to be a standard opener here from CCalms' effort, so I don't know. I mean, he'll probably catch wind of everything that he needs to just in time.
Yeah, it looks like it. Even he scouted early enough that even on a 4-player map, I think he'll be up in time to really see what's going on. As long as he doesn't get this probe killed by another probe or a zealot or something, he'll be able to scout until that stalker comes out. So.
Right. Yeah,
and it looks like both players. What can I say, man? It's Tal'Darim Altar going for a 4-gate, and ooh, Karma actually making a big mistake. Cronin the Cybercore without researching Warp Gate tech. A little late on that.
Ooh, that's no fun. Hate those misclicks, but they do happen to the best of us and the worst of us. I know because it's happened to me before.
Oh, indeed. Gas steal from Karma, and his scouting probe will be killed.
Yeah, but he did chase off CCalms' probe. I think CCalms is going to be happy with what he saw. I think that he's got to feel like he's just slightly ahead, and notice that he is not 4-gating anymore. He did go for his robotics facility off of 1 gate and then 2 more gates right behind that, so it is a very standard 3-gate robo right now, and I'm interested to see how this is going to work. In the meantime, I'd say Karma is going to be going for a 4-gate, except it's only 3 gates right now, so it looks like he's late on his 4th gate.
You know, this may be another thing, a few mind games going on here. Both players know it's Tal'Darim Altar. It's a 4-gate map, but knowing that the other made 4-gate, he may take 3 gates and try to fake a 4-gate, trying to come out with 4 units at once to kind of show that he may have 4 gateways. And NMX calling his bluff, saying, I don't think you're actually going to 4-gate. I don't know how that works. I mean, you're the Protoss player, Knack. Probably know this more than I do. So.
Well, I mean, the mind games at this level are a mystery to me, I promise. But I do think that Karma is trying to feign a 4-gate here. I think that's a great summation, but I do believe that CCalms has already made his decision that he is behind in the 4-gate and behind in general right now, only by a few seconds, but that makes a big difference here, and I think that for CCalms, getting this robo is really going to work in his favor. Notice he's already got his first Immortal out on the field, and with Karma pushing out right now, it appears, this is going to go very, very well for CCalms.
However, the majority of Karma... I think you're exactly right about that. The majority of Karma's army is Stalkers, and this Immortal... Immortals are good now, and he's going to have 2 of them by the time this push hits, with plenty of Zealots. I don't think these Stalkers are going to get anything done. Hopefully, Karma will pull back in time and realize that.
I hope so, too. If I were him, I think I would pull back immediately here. I don't think I would engage this at all.
Oh, taking a shot at his own stalker.
Yeah, a little bit of a misclick there. Looks like he is just going to kite out of here as quickly as possible, which I think is the right move. That's so many zealots to deal with, and with the mortals behind, I mean, those stalkers are almost useless at that point.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like Karma is a little slow on his decision making, a little hesitant, losing a few stalkers there to that immortal ball, and it looks like Calms is going to push out, saying that your army composition is pretty poor. You have too many stalkers versus all these mortals, and you don't have blink. So I'm going to punish that. Let's trade.
Yeah, exactly, and this is perfect timing for him. Karma just now got his robo out, but does not even have an immortal in queue yet, so he's trying to get enough zealots here to be able to hold, and going right up here to his base, he's got to get back into this defensive position here to really be able to hold on here, and going to have to rely on his ability to warp in units, because right now he is outclassed in that army.
Definitely. What I'd like to see Calms come in here and do is kill off a few stalkers, do as much damage as he can without losing too many units, and go ahead and take an expansion. But honestly, Calms could probably just kill him right now.
Yeah, with three immortals. Yeah, you said it best, man. I mean, 3 immortals is a sickening amount right now. Notice that he's using those immortals to focus down the stalkers, not attacking the zealots. That is such good control. Wow.
This was a really poor decision by Karma to start up his Twilight Council and blink. See, this upgrade is not going to finish in time to benefit him. That Twilight Council is not benefiting him in time. I just think he would have been better off spending that money on probably more zealots.
Yeah, I agree. And now CCalms did a great job with his micro there, kept all 3 of his immortals alive through that engagement. He did focus down a building here so quickly, that warp gate going down. Those immortals just so brutal against buildings, and he's just got too many units for Karma to deal with at this point.
Right, those immortals doing so much damage. 5, 9, and 2 kills on this immortal. Wow, that is a lot. Almost 17 kills total with these immortals.
Yeah, it's crazy. And so much kiting him, but keeping that immortal alive is so key, and he did exactly that. And now look at that, his shield starting to recharge. He may lose it right here. Nope, he doesn't. That is game, ladies and gentlemen. There, he did lose 1 immortal. So we can't say he didn't take losses, right?
Right, exactly. I'd actually like to see Calms dance his zealots at this point. Tell Karma to get out of his game, because he is dead.
And there's the GG. Good luck in tournament. That is such... I love the manners on Karma. He's so much fun. He always shows up to our tournaments. And CCalms doing a great job. Has never won any of my tournaments. He's placed once in my tournaments, but never won. And he's really, really vying for that right now. He wants to win one.
Oh, yeah. Both players played at a very high level, though. I was very impressed with it.
I agree. And so, wonderful game. We'll go into our other semifinal match here in just a moment. Don't alt tab, always alt Starcraft. We will see you guys next time.